This is Pete Feenstra on Wednesday the 25th of September, I think it is, talking to the legendary Cyril Neville on my right from Royal Southern Brotherhood. Great to have you here, Cyril. Apart from Royal Southern Brotherhood, we want to talk about your own brand new album, Magic Honey. Fantastic album, full of great grooves. It's got Mike Zito on it as well.
Yes.
Your long time writing
Yes.
Yeah. How did you meet up with Mike originally?
Well, actually, we had done a song together before we met. And yes, and it wound up winning the song of the year at the British Music Awards in 2010. So that was a good way to meet, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did that give you kind of more confidence for the two of you to be a songwriting team?
Yeah, because we've done several other things since then,
you know,
yeah. And not just on the Royal Southern Brotherhood.
Yeah.
On his solo record, we have 2 co-writes on that one.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
He's working on something right now for a female artist, and we're doing a couple of songs for that too.
Wow. So tell me about this one. How long did this actually take to make? Was it a long time in the pipeline? Were you thinking about it?
Well, yeah, I mean, we talked about it for a while before we did it, and the musicians that's on there all lived in New Orleans, and so I had a chance to be able to do things by email. We had a couple of good rehearsals before we went in, so...
It still sound very live in the studio.
Well, actually, that's what happened. We did it, approached it like we were doing a show. And when we went in, it was like we were already prepared. Cranston Clemens, the guitar player, he did most of the charts and all this kind of stuff.
Arrangements and stuff?
Yes, and when we got in the studio, it pretty much was a live thing, and you know, we did it in 2 days.
Well, and I guess you know most of these guys, right?
Well, Willie Green, I've held the session up to be able to have Willie Green, my good friend from the Neville Brothers, play on it, and David Z, who produced it, he was also somebody who I've been wanting to work with for a while, and I waited for him, and so everything just kind of, you know, came together at one time, and it all turned out really good. All of those songs are first takes.
Wow, that's why this is absolutely killer. Also, what people should know is a lot of these songs are social commentary, right?
Well, a few of them.
Little take on what's going on.
Particularly the one with me and Mike, the two with me and Mike is Money and Oil.
Yeah, well, that's self-explanatory, yeah.
You know.
But it's a good thing. I mean, people like Walter Chat have done it. They've brought social commentary to the blues. Whereas before, people tended to deal more in cliches, but I think that's real refreshing.
Well, actually, that's spoken from the point of view of not just people that live in the areas that have been affected. It's also, there's a conversation between a gator and a pelican.
Yeah. Work that one out. Yeah.
Nobody really says anything about, but the animals and the wildlife and everything is affected just as much, more so than the humans.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point. Going back to Royal Southern Brotherhood, I did ask Mike this question. How did you pull the whole thing together, given that Devon had his Honey Tribe thing, he'd already been writing songs with that, Mike had got his, what I call Americana stuff, you'd been doing all your funk and soul stuff. How did you actually pull it all in together and make it sound like Royal Southern Brotherhood, which is essentially what it is?
Well, I look at it like this. Most things that happen in life like this that you don't really have control of it anyway, and it's like we all have the same manager for one thing, and that helped. But his idea was that somebody asked him, hey, I see you got a Neville and an Allman here. Why didn't the Neville brothers and the Allman brothers ever do anything together? And he said, So he thought, like, so you got a Neville and an Allman here, let's see. So he called me up and asked me, I thought it was a great idea from the beginning.
But are you surprised the way it's actually been so successful and people have really gone for the whole idea and the album's so good? That's the...
Well, yeah, in the beginning I was kind of, because of this term supergroup. That didn't come from us. That was, planning on it.
But you've earned a reputation now.
Look, I mean, we only wanted to make good music, good songs that could stand the test of time. And I think we accomplished that.
Well, we've only got a couple of minutes here. One more question that people have been asking to ask you is your kind of connection with the Stones. Because you're still playing some Stones stuff as part of Royal Southern Brotherhood. You toured with them a whole bunch. I guess you've known them a long time.
Well, I tell people that's how I made my rock and roll bones. Because on the 3-month tour with the Rolling Stones, I wrote the Meters.
Yeah,
you know, and
great band.
actually I wrote a song about it called Another Shot of Rock and Roll.
Right.
And it's all about all of the things that we did with those guys, and they were some of the nicest cats, you know, and Keith Richards, you know, had one of the most extensive blues music collections I'd ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And really impressed me that, you know, they were very serious about that. They wasn't playing around with that, you know.
It'd be great if he could hear the band.
I would love that, yeah.
Anyway, it's been Pete Finch to talk to Cyril Neville.
Thank
It's
you,
been an
man.
absolute blast.
Thank
We're
you.
going to have a great show tonight. He's playing the 28th on Saturday at the Boom Boom Club, September. Come out and see the band. It's been Pete Finch for GetReadyToRock.com. Don on the camera. Thanks very much and good night.